the season of evil.
Hey up, it's Stephen, that old Yorkshire geek, and a bit of gaming news, because I'm something of a gamer myself, as you may have guessed from that there. Tomb Raider news. This article's from That Park Place. Not John F. Trent, so he must be taking a brief respite. This is from Nolan Thunder, who you've probably seen on the WDW Pro and stuff like that videos. Seems like a nice chap. Anyway, Lara Croft's biggest disappointment, in quotes, gets second life with Tomb Raider 4 to 6. 4 to 6, not 46. Remastered. Right, so we'll have a look at that article now, shall we? Bet you didn't see the join, did you? Anyway, it's unprofessional. Right, so here we go. From That Park Place, Lara Croft's biggest disappointment gets second life with Tomb Raider 4 to 6 Remastered. Remember the remastered 1 to 3 earlier on this year? And they were generally very good. I've not played Tomb Raider 3. I've played the first two. I think I did them on YouTube, didn't I? Yeah, I think the first two are on my YouTube channel. Lots of me saying, bloody hell, Lara, and stuff like that. And but I'd never played 3 because I didn't like 3. And I've got to be honest, I wasn't a big fan of 4 and 5 and 6. But we will see, won't we? I'm sure I'll get them when they come out. But before we start, don't forget, like and subscribe, share the video, drop a comment, hit the notification bell. Oh, crack it, if you're subscribed already. If you buy merch, you can get merch like this. I should have done this. I should have pointed this out before I made myself tiny, shouldn't I? But anyway, you can get like the USS Alcide from that old Yorkshire geek Starfleet. And other stuff as well. Become a member and all that jazz, and go on my Patreon. Links are in the description for all that stuff. Right, here we go. That's a screenshot from the remaster of Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness, aka Tomb Raider 6, the last of the core design games. I'm sure the article will get into it. So anyway, off we go. Right, Lara Croft is arriving for fun on Valentine's Day, February 14th, 2025, with the announcement of remasters of her iconic games coming to next generation hardware with Tomb Raider 4 to 6 remastered. I don't know what's there, maybe an advert, I don't know. But there we go, there's from Tomb Raider Last Revelation, aka Tomb Raider 4, which is set in Egypt, isn't it? But anyway, so there we go. However, the treasure hunter's greatest obstacle may not be a horrifying medieval phantom, or that bloody cheek of mine, or a spiked pit from a century-old tomb. No, it may just be a simple PlayStation 2 game, an entry so disastrous it brought the original series to an unplanned and abrupt end. However, it seems that this game is getting another chance after 2 decades to finally win the hearts of those original fans. These are the core design Tomb Raider games before. Angel of Darkness was such a massive disaster. It was essentially an unplayable game, really. Maybe it's been fixed, I don't know. And there are fans of the game. I hated it. Didn't get very far at all. But it was super buggy. And it caused Eidos, the publisher, to essentially take the franchise away from Core Design, who had created it, and handed it over to Crystal Dynamics. And they did Tomb Raider Legend and Tomb Raider Underworld and Tomb Raider Anniversary and all the reboot stuff and all that. Right, Tomb Raider 4 to 6 Remastered contains 3 games in the series. The Last Revelation, spoilers, in which Lara dies, in quotes, Chronicles, which is all about friends and foes sitting around talking about, the adventure she went on before she, in quotes, died, and the highly discussed Angel of Darkness, which she comes back from the dead. I can't even remember if it explains how. I didn't get that far into it. But I should know, because I've got over there somewhere, a DVD version of the game, where you just put it in a DVD player, and it's essentially, it comes in certain parts of the game. It basically shows the cutscenes in the game, and at certain parts, it asks you to make a choice on what to do. So that's how it becomes a DVD game. It's actually quite fun, to be honest. Anyway, While the first two games are seen by many fans as PlayStation classics, the latter game has an extensive history and is often seen as Lara's most disappointing entry. As I said, I want a fan. From 3 to 6, I wasn't a huge fan. I finished Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation. I never finished. I finished Tomb Raider 3 as well. I never finished Tomb Raider Chronicles because I got stuck on it. I couldn't get past a certain part. So it got, thrown into a corner. And as I said, Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness was so buggy, I just couldn't fathom it out. Anyway, because I'm an idiot. Right, Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness was released at a time when the franchise was coming off of milestones. Angelina Jolie had just portrayed Lara Croft's character in a feature-length Hollywood film. I think they shared like the logo design and stuff like that from Angel of Darkness and the movie. And I like the Angelina Jolie movies. And in 8 years, Lara had cemented herself as one of gaming's most famous icons. The Tomb Raider series had proved that it was more than just a one-hit wonder and was now a widely recognisable franchise with 5 successful games on the original PlayStation and the second film in development. They were also in on other consoles as well. You could get them on the Sega Saturn and the Dreamcast, amongst others, and on the PC as well, obviously. Anyway, with 5 successful games on the original PlayStation and the second film in development, the calling for a next-generation Tomb Raider game was ready to be heard. The new game was going to be the franchise's big launch to the PlayStation 2 to move on from the older, more blocky designs and game mechanics of the past. The ambitious developers were hoping to create a game with more complex puzzles and bring a darker, more hard-edged approach to the game and world. This was going to be a very different kind of Lara Croft, and it would hopefully satisfy the first generation of Tomb Raider fans, just like the prior PlayStation 1 hits did. However, Tomb Raider: The Angel of Darkness had a troubled development. Core Design, the original development studio behind the PlayStation classics, partook in a long 3-year quest to bring Lara Croft to the next generation. There's a documentary. I think it's called Lara Croft. Lara Croft, Lethal and Loaded. I think it may be on YouTube. I don't know. I've got it on DVD. That essentially talks about the troubled development and the fallout of what happened. Anyway. The development of this title was plagued with issues from inexperience, lack of leadership, and a fragmented development system. We're getting screenshots from the Angel of Darkness. Despite all of the developmental struggles, the game would finally be released 1 month before the then upcoming film Lara Croft Tomb Raider: The Cradle of Life on June 20th, 2003. To be honest, I thought it came out at the same time as the first Tomb Raider film. Obviously I'm wrong. However, the 3-year endeavour had far from paid off in the reception of many fans. Despite its high ambitions, many saw it as dated and riddled with tech issues, which it was. Both the PC version and the PlayStation 2 version, which I've got both of. In a 2003 review of the game, IGN's Douglas C. Perry said on the gameplay, simple things such as opening doors and climbing through a window can be a real chore because of Core's reliance on the grid-based system. And despite several hours of honing my skills, jumping and shimmying, Lara's lack of fluidity, rigid set of moves, and Core's desire to retain the series' clunky, awkward mechanics, terrible. It was terrible to move her about. Brings on genuine frustration and disappointment. It's 2003, for God's sake. So hopefully they've figured out. In the first remasters by Aspyr and Saber, you could use both the what they call the tank controls, and then use like modern controls, using the sticks and stuff. But I found it was easier for me to use the tank controls, but I'm suspecting in Angel of Darkness it's going to be easier to use the if they have fixed the controls, to use a more modern control set. But anyway, we'll see. Needless to say, the Angel of Darkness failed to compete with the high-end competition and industry expectations at the time, but much has changed in the well over 20 years since the game's launch in 2003, and many fans, I just say 21 years, and many fans seem eager to give this game a second chance. With many fans taking to X and YouTube comment sections to share their excitement in getting to experience these three games again, Angel of Darkness included. And here's some X's tweets. Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness says Dormant is getting a remaster next year. I used to pray for times like this. Unbelievable. Girl who is going to be okay. I'm sure the rest of the picture can be viewed on X. When the Angel of Darkness came out, the focus of many studios was to make games as cutting edge as possible while following the high standards of prior entries. Angel of Darkness failed to do either for most consumers and resulted in core design, the developers of the original games, losing out on ever making another Tomb Raider again. I think they were working on a Tomb Raider anniversary. That got taken off them. Despite the game selling over 2 million copies, the series will be rebooted twice and would find some success with its later entries that departed from the original series roots. It sold loads of copies because everybody was expecting it to be good, and it wasn't. However, Tomb Raider as a franchise has recently been having a bit of what could be considered an identity crisis, with many original fans voicing concern and a desire for a more traditional Tomb Raider game, which is what we got with the remasters of 1, 2 and 3. Anyway, despite the shortcomings, Angel of Darkness was the last time a classic Tomb Raider was attempted. And there's another screenshot. Tomb Raider 4 to 6 remastered. I've got to say 4 to 6, not 46. Remastered is being helmed by Aspyr, who received critical acclaim for their work on Tomb Raider 1 to 3 remastered. While the original Angel of Darkness team had to battle to stay relevant for the most cutting-edge game to rival the likes of, say, Grand Theft Auto 3, Aspyr's remaster has a very different road ahead of it. Many of the game's target audience have shifted from wanting the most realistic graphics possible and instead longing for the more fun spirit of the older Tomb Raider entries, as well as many video game franchises from that era. Yes, that's true. Sometimes you don't want it to look super realistic. I enjoy playing the new Tomb Raider games for the most part. The reboot ones with Camilla Luddington voicing Lara, and they do look lovely and all that, but sometimes you just want some nice gameplay, don't you? It doesn't have to look realistic. Anyway, the more recent decisions for the franchise and Lara as a character has found itself in the crosshairs of the culture war, with many longing for a return to less divisive games that are true to the series' roots. Another tweet from Nintendo. Her legacy lives on. There we go, so it's going to be on the Nintendo Switch as well. Aspyr's remaster of the Angel of Darkness might finally give both fans, old and new, a chance to experience a game closer to what developers might have hoped for. There are already signs of the game seeing some quality of life improvements. Never understood that in there. But in reference to games, quality of life. Can put food on the table. As some eagle-eyed fans have pointed out from the game's trailer, and here's a quote from YouTube that you can barely see. Angel of Darkness, it says, will be fixed. The in-game achievements confirmed they have already programmed back in the dual pistols. Yes, the game was so broken that even though Lara was heavily advertised with her trademark dual pistols, they weren't actually in the original 2003 game. So that's a quality of life improvement, is it? It's going to get both guns. Many games in recent years have seen remakes and remasters, but it is much more rare to see another crack at games that did not perform as well as their predecessors. Some might even argue that these more polarising games deserve to get the remaster treatment more. Perhaps Angel of Darkness could be a trendsetter and the start of seeing more games that had ambitious plans but fell short have a second life. Do you think we will see more remakes of other Tomb Raider games? Probably not. Such as the ones produced by Crystal Dynamics? I doubt it, to be completely honest. Or perhaps see remasters of other games considered disappointing. Will you be picking up the Tomb Raider 4 to 6 remastered game? Probably, to be completely honest. And finally making Lara your Valentine after all these years. Lovely, lovely Lara, as we used to call her back in the day. Sound off in the comments and comment section and check out that part place for more blah 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 blah. Nolan Thunder is a video game mysteries historian and filmmaker. There you go. So there you go. Looking forward to it. Make sure there's nothing else. Looking forward to it. To be completely honest, we will see if I can finish Tomb Raider Chronicles this time and the Angel of Darkness. And hopefully they'll fix the control system on Angel of Darkness because it was terrible. It was like use the left stick to rotate her and use the right to move her. And it sounds simple, but it wasn't simple in execution. Anyway. So hopefully it'll be good. And yes, I will probably get them. Come February 14th, 2025. Speaking of Tomb Raider and all that jazz, I should really be watching the Tomb Raider animated series on Netflix, but I keep dropping out of it. I don't know how far in. I think I'm like 4 episodes in or something like that. And I keep getting bored of it. I keep losing interest and turning it off and watching something else. So if I ever do finish it, I will do a review, but it's probably not going to be great. But I'm not hating it. I'm just bored of it. I just sort of like lose interest like halfway through an episode. And they're not long episodes. But, it's not Lara. It's new Lara. The NU. New Lara. What the series is about. It's not proper Lara like that. That's from Tomb Raider 2, I think, that image. Yeah, so maybe I will get round to doing a review of Tomb Raider. I think it's The Legend of Lara Croft or something like that. That's on Netflix, the animated series. If I get to finish it. Anyway, we'll leave it there. So, don't forget, like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell if you're subscribed already. Get merch like this if you want to, or become a member. Throw some super thanks in my direction. It helps keep, as they say, keep the lights on like this. And all that stuff. Because everybody's putting the prices up these days, aren't they? And what else? Yeah, Patreon. You're on my Patreon page. Right, we'll leave it there. So, thanks for watching, and wherever you are, look after each other, and until next time, I'll say there.